After several hours, Xiao Gui regained consciousness, and under the formidable spatial manipulation of the Earth Spirit Old Ghost, Xiao Yan and the others were slowly brought into the domain of the Earth Spirit Hall. This is the Earth Spirit Hall? This is enormous! Xiao Yan exclaimed in astonishment. What lay before him was not merely a domain. It was a vast expanse far larger than the 4 continents of Seoul heaven combined. Ahead stood a massive city, teeming with an array of diverse structures and a continuous flow of people. Beyond the city stretched an endless expanse of desolate land, exuding a sense of boundless vastness that was both awe-inspiring and intimidating. This place feels familiar, Xiao Gui murmured, furrowing his brows as he glanced around. For some reason, he felt he had been here before. Yet every time he tried to recall the specifics, searing pain flared in his mind, forcing him to abandon the thought. "Welcome, both of you, to the family of the Earth Spirit Hall," said the Earth Spirit Old Ghost with a faint smile. "This is the interior of the Earth Spirit Hall. Its overall size surpasses even Seoul heaven. All of this was created through the spatial tearing by the Master of Ferocious Souls. Compared to ordinary dimensional continents, this space is far more stable. The Earth Spirit Hall also has many subordinate forces that operate under its leadership," he added with a chuckle. Xiao Yan and Xiao Gui were momentarily speechless as they surveyed the scene. In front of them was a city sprawling across an area of hundreds of miles. Within it, countless powerful auras surged, a testament to the high concentration of experts residing there. "Master, you've returned?" Suddenly, the ground beneath the three began to ripple, and a man emerged, his demeanor courteous as he greeted them. What a formidable figure! His strength must have reached the level of a 4-star Docian, Xiao Yan thought to himself, deeply impressed by the man's power. "Take them to rest," the Earth Spirit Old Ghost said lazily. "Also, notify the other sect masters. The Spirit Hall will need to convene a meeting." "The Spirit Hall?" Xiao Yan asked, puzzled. The man smiled and introduced himself. "Junior brothers, I am Qin Jun, ranked 4th within the Spirit Hall. You may address me as senior brother." The Earth Spirit Hall is divided into 2 main divisions, the Earth Hall and the Spirit Hall. The Earth Hall has the most enticing resources and the strongest experts. However, joining it requires paying a significant price. The Spirit Hall comes second. Xiao Yan and Xiao Gui nodded as Qin Jun continued to explain. The Earth Hall is where most of the strongest experts reside. They oversee the recruitment and training of talents for the Master of Ferocious Souls Temple from the lower realms. The Spirit Hall, on the other hand, consists primarily of newcomers. Only after their strength undergoes significant transformation are they qualified to enter the Earth Hall. Entering the Earth Hall is akin to stepping into the realm of the truly powerful. Those who join the Earth Hall often go on to become Lords of Dimensions, wielding the brilliant power of dimensional planes for eternity. Take them to rest. As for the rewards you earned for your victory in Seoul heaven, I will distribute them tomorrow," the Earth Spirit Old Ghost said before disappearing towards the city center. "Come with me, junior brothers," Qin Jun said with a smile, leading Xiao Yan and Xiao Gui into the city. With a slight ripple of spatial energy beneath their feet, they were soon settled within the bustling metropolis. This city was the base of operations for the Spirit Hall within the Earth Spirit Hall. Its defenses were heavily fortified, and the presence of supreme experts stationed throughout the city was astounding. The city was also equipped with all essential establishments, including auction houses and mercenary associations. Additionally, countless civilians lived here under the Spirit Hall's protection. Beyond the city lay the vast lands of the Earth Spirit Hall's domain, dotted with various factions. Though these forces were not as powerful as the Earth Hall or Spirit Hall, they thrived under the Earth Spirit Hall's protection, forming its robust support network. Meanwhile, in a grand hall at the city's center, 3 men sat around a wooden table. Within the Ferocious Soul domain, although it is divided into the 5 great academies, the Ghost Realm's native ghostly beings still strive to cultivate human forms. After all, humanity undeniably holds a dominant position in cultivation. Even within the Ferocious Soul domain, the highest governing echelon of the Ghost Realm, humans remain the majority. However, Even if ghosts manage to cultivate human forms, they are still unable to absorb the pure and potent power of sacred flame due to their ghostly essence. Earth Spirit Old Ghost, it's about time you returned. What kind of disciples have you brought back for our spirit hall this time? Inside the grand hall, 3 middle-aged men smiled faintly, their voices tinged with satisfaction. These 3 were the current leaders of Spirit Hall. Earth Spirit Old Ghost, who had reportedly reached the perfected 6-star Do Xian level thousands of years ago, was known for his carefree nature and his aversion to formal teaching. Yet every disciple he had trained had successfully entered Earth Hall, with boundless potential ahead of them. Luo Menglan, a peak-level expert of the wood attribute, was famed for having single-handedly slain an Emperor-class extraterritorial evil clan member, earning him significant renown within Spirit Hall. Xiao Yan, though less prominent in reputation, possessed strength that faintly surpassed the other 2. His unconventional teaching methods made him stand out. Apart from the head and deputy head of Spirit Hall, no one else in the Spirit Hall could surpass him. Because Spirit Hall is divided into 2 sub-halls, and Earth Hall always claims the lion's share of disciples during each selection, Spirit Hall has found itself in a difficult position. Naturally, they are paying close attention to the new blood joining this time. Don't even mention it. That little reincarnation girl ended up being discovered by the Master of Ferocious Souls, causing the 4 Great Academy's experts to make a wasted trip, Earth Spirit Old Ghost muttered with an eye roll. Oh, it seems, as the headmaster said, no one can escape the Master of Ferocious Souls' detection. Still, the Master of Ferocious Souls has been stuck at that bottleneck for far too long. Who knows if they'll manage to break through? Jiang Wen remarked with a chuckle. However, among the 2 disciples joining our Spirit Hall this time, although one is only at the mid 3-star Do Xian stage and the other at the perfected 3-star Do Xian stage, one of them possesses sacred flame. As Earth's Spirit Old Ghost spoke, his eyes glimmered with excitement, and an intense aura radiated from him. What? Sacred flame? Luo Menglan and Jiang Wen both slammed the table and shot to their feet, surprise and delight filling their faces. One of the new recruits possesses sacred flame? Are you sure? Jiang Wen's expression grew serious, his tone heavy. Absolutely. That mid 3-star Do Xian is named Xiao Yan, and he seems to possess the Fireheart Heavenly Rock, ranked 35th. During the 4 Great Academy's disciple selection, I deliberately released the aura of sacred flame to let the other experts detect it, Earth Spirit Old Ghost said with a smile. That move of yours was brilliant. Ha ha ha. Jiang Wen burst out laughing upon hearing Earth Spirit Old Ghost's cunning strategy. Having a sacred flame wielder among the new recruits is fantastic news, but if the other 3 academies find out, they'll surely cause trouble. If the Master of Ferocious Souls learns of this, Xiao Yan's safety will be in question. How is this good news? Luo Menglan asked, puzzled. Old Luo, you don't understand. Although the 4 Great Academies collectively maintain the Ferocious Soul domain, the infighting among us is relentless. If the other 3 academies know that Spirit Hall has recruited a sacred flame wielder, they'll never report it to their experts. After all, if this matter attracts attention from higher powers, it might lead to the Master of Ferocious Souls stepping in. However, if we keep Xiao Yan's sacred flame a secret, Spirit Hall's status could soar because of him. So, even if the other academies discover Xiao Yan, they'll be forced to keep quiet. Jiang Wen chuckled confidently. It seems fortune truly favors Spirit Hall this time. A sacred flame wielder has limitless potential. Perhaps, under his leadership, the Ferocious Soul domain could expand its reach, unifying the ghost realm. Imagine that scene. Jiang Wen trailed off, his gaze filled with anticipation. By the way, that young man comes from Mean Soul Heaven. The rewards from the competitions there haven't been distributed yet. What should we award this time? Earth Spirit Old Ghost inquired. Let him train on Spirit Mountain for a month. Also, since he's at the mid 3-star Do Xian stage, take a Do Xian pill from the alchemy chamber as a reward. Then this boy will be taught by me, Earth Spirit Old Ghost said with a smile. That so-called Spirit Mountain was a place brimming with energy from heaven and earth, with many powerful beings having perished there in the past. Training within it might yield substantial opportunities. By the way, that disciple of yours recently entered Spirit Mountain to train, didn't she? After a moment, Jiangwen seemed to recall something and asked slowly. Don't even bring it up. Not long ago, the headmaster arranged a marriage for her, but she outright refused and ran off to Spirit Mountain to train. It's been driving me crazy, Luo Zhamu said, rolling his eyes. That's enough for today. Everyone, dismiss. With those words, the three figures gradually disappeared. The night passed uneventfully. The next morning, as sunlight bathed the land, a new day arrived. Big brother, Xiao Gui came knocking on Xiao Yan's door early in the morning. What's the matter? Xiao Yan opened the door to let Xiao Gui in and immediately set up a powerful soul barrier. He asked cautiously, as Xiao Gui's demeanor had been off ever since entering Spirit Hall. Big brother, I seem to hear a voice inside me guiding me toward Earth Hall. Xiao Gui's eyes were bloodshot as he spoke solemnly. There seems to be something in Earth Hall calling to me, he added. Earth Hall and Spirit Hall are located in the north and south, respectively. Traveling there would not only take considerable time, but also require a personal letter from the sect master, making it quite troublesome, Xiao Yan thought quietly. Don't worry, I'll make sure to help you resolve this, Xiao Yan comforted him. After all, they shared the same blood and would never abandon each other. Thank you, big brother, Xiao Gui said and left the room. Ah, Spirit Hall, such distant memories, Xiao Yan mused as he watched Xiao Gui leave. At that moment, the voice of the Master of Ferocious Souls echoed in his mind. Master, I've heard that the sevenfold soul-luring lamp is located in Earth Spirit Hall. Have you sensed its presence? Xiao Yan asked hurriedly. Although he didn't fully understand its purpose, he knew it could heal the Master of Ferocious Souls' injured essence, so it was unlikely to be an ordinary item. It might even be guarded by a formidable figure. For now, finding its exact location was the priority. I can sense it faintly. It seems to be in Earth Hall, the Master of Ferocious Souls replied. However, Earth Hall is teeming with strong individuals. With my current strength, forcing our way in is out of the question. We can only use strategy, the Master of Ferocious Souls continued, noting that Earth Hall harbored an expert on par with him. If their identities were exposed, both he and Xiao Yan would be in grave danger. Earth Hall, huh? This will take careful planning, Xiao Yan said, organizing his thoughts before stepping out of his room. Xiao Yan, a voice called out. Xiao Yan looked up to see Earth's spirit old ghost approaching him. Senior, Xiao Yan greeted him politely. Where's Xiao Gui? I'll take you two to claim your rewards today, Earth's spirit old ghost said casually. However, his gaze toward Xiao Yan was much gentler now. After all, Xiao Yan possessed the sacred flame, and with proper guidance, his potential was limitless. Moreover, Earth's spirit old ghost had intentionally released the sacred flame's power to protect Xiao Yan from the likes of Zhou Qi and others. Big brother, what's going on? Xiao Gui yawned as he walked out, having gone back to sleep after leaving Xiao Yan's room. Senior is here to take us to the reward location, Xiao Yan explained with a smile. Let's go, you two little ones, Earth's spirit old ghost said, though there was a flash of reluctance in his eyes. Still, he produced a Do Xian pill and granted them permission to enter Spirit Mountain. Though such permissions were easy for him to arrange, the cost of even one slot was significant. Within Earth Spirit Hall's domain, there was no need for flight. For someone of the sect master's caliber, reaching any destination was a matter of mere moments. Rumble. With a wave of Earth's spirit old ghost's ancient hand, a spatial tunnel appeared once again. Another spatial tunnel, Xiao Yan muttered, frowning slightly. These interdimensional spaces allowed instant travel without physical movement or flight. What are you staring at? Get in. Earth's spirit old ghost laughed, lifting a foot to kick the two into the tunnel. Don't disappoint me on this Spirit Mountain trip. Boom. In an instant, Xiao Yan and Xiao Gui arrived at a mysterious region shrouded in white mist. Before they could react, the Do Xian pills were quietly handed to them by the Elder of Earth. This region seemed to exist in a void, an expanse of endless whiteness. Yet, beyond the mist lay a terrifyingly powerful energy fluctuation that made their hearts race. What is this place? Xiao Gui couldn't help but ask. Judging by his senses, this place was no longer within the vast city of the Spirit Hall. It seemed as if they had entered another dimension under the guidance of the Earth Spirit Old Ghost. Senior? Xiao Yan extended his radiant soul energy outward, but it yielded nothing. He could only speak softly, hoping for a response. Just call me Elder of Earth, the Earth Spirit Old Ghost replied, his tone slightly annoyed by their constant use of his full title. As for this place, this is Spirit Mountain. Moments later, the Elder's figure slowly appeared beside Xiao Yan and Xiao Gui. Elder of Earth, the two responded with a smile. At the moment, it was just the three of them walking through the dense, impenetrable white mist. Come on, let's register. After that, you can begin cultivating on Spirit Mountain, Elder of Earth said as his gaze pierced through the boundless mist toward a massive peak looming in the distance. This Spirit Mountain is a sacred land for cultivation, he added, his voice soft but resolute. Without waiting for a response, he began moving through the white fog. Xiao Yan and Xiao Gui exchanged glances before following closely. Thud. After a short journey, the three emerged from the endless mist and arrived at the foot of the mountain. Here, they found a lone figure sitting lazily at a table. On the table were writing utensils, clearly meant for registration. Duan Fan, stop slacking off. The Elder's sharp aura burst forth, jolting the drowsy figure awake. Elder of Earth, what brings you here? Duan Fan, the gatekeeper, was a formidable late 4-star Docian tasked with guarding Spirit Mountain. Any disciple entering or leaving the mountain had to register with him. Spirit Mountain, though under the protection of the Spirit Hall, attracted covetous gazes from other forces within the Earth Spirit domain. Thus, a protective barrier was established to safeguard the mountain's precious cultivation resources. I'm here to escort 2 newly admitted disciples for cultivation. Register them quickly, the Elder instructed nonchalantly. Yes, sir. Duan Fan snapped to attention. Turning to the 2 disciples, he smiled. Please state your names and cultivation levels so I can register you. Although Duan Fan outranked them in seniority, he didn't dare act dismissively. The fact that Elder of Earth had personally escorted them was proof of their extraordinary talent. Elder of Earth was known for his discerning eye and rarely took on disciples. Xiao Yan, mid 3-star Docian, Xiao Yan said with a slight nod. Mid 3-star Docian? Duan Fan's eyes widened briefly, but quickly refocused as he jotted down the details. Xiao Gui, perfected 3-star Docian, Xiao Gui added moments later. All done, Elder of Earth, Duan Fan said after completing the registrations. Now listen closely. Since this is your first time cultivating on Spirit Mountain, you must be cautious. Many creatures inhabit this mountain, born from its radiant energy. Do not be deceived by their appearances, Duan Fan warned. Understood, the 2 disciples replied. With that, Duan Fan extended his hand toward the mist behind him. Green patterns began to form, artistically sweeping the mist aside to reveal a green door at its center. Go in. When your energy absorption reaches its limit, retreat immediately. I'll remain here to ensure your safety. Do not overestimate yourselves, Elder of Earth advised. Got it. Xiao Yan and Xiao Gui nodded before stepping through the door. I should be on my way. Watching the 2 vanish, Elder of Earth's figure also disappeared into the mist. These 2 brats. For Elder of Earth to value them so highly, they must possess extraordinary talent. His judgment is never wrong, Duan Fan muttered as he stared at the empty doorway. His gaze then fell upon the registration sheet, which listed another name above Xiao Yan and Xiao Gui, Luo Menglan, a perfected 3-star Docian. Inside Spirit Mountain. Ancestor Luo is too much. Expect me to marry some guy I've never even seen? Dream on. On a towering tree branch, a young woman huffed indignantly. Her youthful, mischievous demeanor made her look endearingly playful. But this ferocious soul domain is so boring. All I do is train, and they won't even let me go out and have fun. I've heard the human realm is much more exciting. Besides, we originally came from there. Oh, how I wish I could go back. She sat on the branch, swinging her legs expectantly. Suddenly, thud. Before she could react, a figure fell from the sky, landing right in front of her. Did something just fall down in front of me? She blinked in confusion. During her moment of leisure, a dark shadow had plunged past, and it seemed almost human. Could it be that Ancestor Luo sent someone to catch me? But this aura is strange. I've never sensed it before. The woman on the branch frowned in confusion. I need to check this out. Without hesitation, she descended. This guy's aura, it's strange, she murmured, noticing something oddly familiar about the energy. I've seen this kind of aura around Ancestor Luo and Earth Spirit Old Ghost residents. It's the same, but they guarded it so carefully. I think it's some kind of clan sigil power. The woman reached the ground and saw a disheveled man, his forehead marked with black swirling patterns. The mysterious markings triggered a faint memory. She had glimpsed similar sigils as a child in those guarded places. This woman was Luo Menglan, the great-granddaughter of Luo Zhimu from the Spirit Hall, known for her exceptional talent and dearly cherished by her ancestor. The unconscious man before her was none other than Xiao Gui, not Xiao Yan. Whoosh! At that moment, Xiao Gui's fingers twitched slightly, showing signs of waking up. Who are you? Xiao Gui's eyes snapped open. Sensing the sigil on his forehead, he glared warily at Luo Menglan, his expression sharp. That sigil was vital to his clan and his parents' survival, so seeing someone recognize it made him defensive. Humph! You're like a dog barking at a good Samaritan. I saved you, and instead of thanking me, you scold me? Luo Menglan stomped her foot angrily. If I hadn't protected you, the spirit beasts here would have devoured you by now. Humph! Unbelievable! She huffed and turned away, clearly upset by his hostility. I'm sorry, Xiao Gui softened. Realizing the many powerful auras around the mountain, he understood that without her help, he might not have survived. However, the sigil's importance had triggered his earlier reaction. Whoosh! Xiao Gui concealed his sigil and looked at her with softened eyes. Humph! She ignored him, ready to leave. Can I come with you? Xiao Gui's voice was almost a whisper, head lowered, afraid she might refuse. Even he couldn't explain why, but from the moment he saw her, with her long black hair and sparkling eyes, he was captivated. Fine, fine, Luo Menglan relented, charmed by his earnestness. Plus, the sigil had piqued her interest. It reminded her of what she'd seen at Luo Zhimu, an Earth Spirit Old Ghost's place. So, why are you here? My elder brother and I just joined the Spirit Hall. Elder of Earth brought us to Spirit Mountain to train, saying it was a reward for us, Xiao Gui said with a smile, clearly delighted. You two are the new disciples who just joined Spirit Hall? That makes me your senior sister. Luo Menglan exclaimed cheerfully. Come now, little junior brother. Be good and call me senior sister, she added, her face brimming with happiness. No way. I'm older than you. I should call you junior sister. Xiao Gui replied almost immediately. It was evident from just a glance that Xiao Gui, both in age and demeanor, appeared more mature than Luo Menglan. He seemed to be in his 30s, tall and imposing, while she was petite, barely in her 20s, and looked like a younger sibling in comparison. You. Luo Menglan stammered, almost out of breath. Her small stature and youthful appearance only added to her frustration as she faced Xiao Gui, who clearly overshadowed her in both age and size. Fine, she said at last. Since we're at Spirit Mountain, let's focus on training. Speaking of which, Luo Menglan's eyes lit up with anticipation. You're already at the perfected 3-star Docian level. Are you interested in trying out a place I found that could help you break through to the 4-star Docian stage? Xiao Gui's curiosity was piqued. Let's go, he agreed without hesitation. Though Elder of Earth had secretly entrusted them with a Docian pill, Xiao Gui couldn't help but feel intrigued by Luo Menglan. Without further ado, he followed her. The two exchanged a glance and then headed deeper into the mountain range. Elsewhere, crack, crack. The sound of snapping branches echoed through the forest as Xiao Yan's figure crashed through countless tree limbs. He finally hit the ground near an ancient tree that towered hundreds of feet high. Nearby, Cracks formed in the air as a shadowy figure fell from the sky alongside him. "Just my luck," Xiao Yan grumbled as he got up, dusting himself off. He hadn't expected a spatial ripple to appear as soon as he entered the spirit mountain, scattering him and Xiao Gui. Now, they were separated, at least temporarily. Despite the setback, Xiao Yan was sure Xiao Gui was still somewhere within the mountain. "I wonder how Xiao Gui is doing," he murmured to himself. "You brat, worry about yourself first." The master of ferocious souls chided, his voice resonating from within Xiao Yan. "I have a feeling Xiao Gui has a seal of his father's power within him. Once he recovers his lost memories, his strength will reach astonishing levels. Looks like I'll have to visit Earth Hall eventually, whether for my master's sake or Xiao Gui's," Xiao Yan replied with a small smile. "Don't worry," the master of ferocious souls assured him. "The spirit mountain is rich with energy, and you have the Do Xian pill. Breaking through to the 4-star Do Xian stage is only a matter of time. Currently, I'm at the mid 3-star Do Xian level. If I can reach the perfected 3-star Do Xian stage, I'll be able to use the Do Xian pill to smoothly advance to 4-star Do Xian," Xiao Yan said thoughtfully. "However, there are still 2 levels to overcome before I reach that point." The Do Xian pill was an extraordinary creation, painstakingly developed by supreme alchemists. Its effects were remarkable. It allowed anyone below the 4-star Do Xian stage to increase their strength by 1 star. Most experts would wait until they reached the perfected 3-star Do Xian stage to use it, as that was the optimal moment to break through to 4-star Do Xian. After all, without sufficient resources or opportunities, even a single star level could hold someone back for decades, if not longer. However, the Do Xian pill had its limitations. Each person could only consume 1 in their lifetime, and it was effective only for those below the 4-star Do Xian level. This spirit mountain is filled with energy bodies formed from pure energy. Defeating them will yield an incredible amount of energy, perfect for breaking through, the master of ferocious souls explained, gazing at the majestic mountain peak ahead. Xiao Yan followed his master's voice, scanning the vast mountain range before him. The sprawling terrain seemed endless, with its mountains, valleys, and rivers exuding faint yet powerful auras. These energies were overwhelming, but they also held an irresistible allure for someone like Xiao Yan. Swish. In this spatial realm, the spirit beasts on the periphery are far too weak to be of much help to me. By a riverbank, Xiao Yan casually disposed of a flower demon cat spirit beast comparable to a late 3-star Do Xian human. As faint, gentle streams of energy flowed into his body, he shook his head. Clearly, this trace of energy, though potent, is far from enough to break through my current late 3-star Do Xian stage, he remarked. It seems I'll have to venture deeper into Spirit Mountain. Before long, Xiao Yan slowly stood, the ancient ruler of heavenly flames hovering over his palm. Concealing his aura to an extremely low level, he moved stealthily towards Spirit Mountain, blending seamlessly into the cover of countless trees and rocks. Spirit Mountain resided within a peculiar dimension, a realm created by a mighty figure. For unknown reasons, this place constantly gave rise to energy forms, and its unique nature also nurtured spirit beasts. The mountain itself stood at the center of an expanse of forests, rivers, and ravines, a genuine spirit mountain. Shrouded in layers of mist, Spirit Mountain was home to formidable spirit beasts. Defeating these creatures yielded significant rewards, which is why the mountain held such a high status within the Spirit Hall. After all, the energy gained from slaying a single spirit beast could surpass months of training. However, access to Spirit Mountain was restricted to once a year. Overabsorbing the beast's vast energy in a short time could lead to rejection or even backlash. Big guy, it's pretty chilly here. Don't you feel it? As Xiao Yan made his way towards Spirit Mountain, Xiao Gui and Luo Menglan appeared ahead of him. Traveling together, Luo Menglan had given Xiao Gui a new nickname, Big Guy. This was due to his towering stature, dark complexion, and formidable strength as a perfected 3-star Do Xian. Xiao Gui didn't mind the nickname and even found the girl endearing. The two found themselves in a concealed area within Spirit Mountain, navigating a shadowy underground passage. The corridor was narrow, with a small stream trickling through its center. They followed the stream, the icy aura emanating from the walls making them shiver. Eerie gurgling sounds echoed from the depths, their source unknown. "What's that sound?" Xiao Yan, ever vigilant, asked sharply. Hearing the noise, a wave of unease swept through Xiao Gui. The gurgling carried a powerful energy that hinted at danger. "This sound, this is the place," Luo Menglan exclaimed, her face lighting up with excitement. She quickened her pace. "Are you sure we're not lost?" Xiao Gui asked after they had walked a while longer without finding an exit. Xiao Gui's calm disposition and perfected 3-star Douxian strength set him apart from Luo Menglan, whose demeanor betrayed her uncertainty. "This should be it. I recall Ancestor Luo mentioning a powerful spirit beast beneath Spirit Mountain. It's said to guard a precious treasure. If we can obtain it, breaking through to 4-star Douxian will be much easier," Luo Menglan said. However, she withheld some information, fearing Xiao Gui might hesitate if he knew the full extent of the beast's strength. As Luo Zhamu's cherished great-granddaughter, she was privy to certain secrets about Spirit Mountain. But knowing was one thing. Putting it into practice was another. Bringing Xiao Gui along for this treasure hunt made her anxious. After all, the beast they were after was a bona fide 4-star Douxian. Compared to their perfected 3-star Douxian levels, it was a daunting challenge. "What's the beast's strength?" Xiao Gui asked. "It seems to be a 4-star Douxian," Luo Menglan replied. "A 4-star Douxian, huh? Don't worry. I'll protect you," Xiao Gui said with a sincere grin. Clearly, he had enough confidence to face the 4-star Douxian. Let's be cautious." Although Luo Menglan agreed verbally, she remained secretly vigilant. It was clear she had spent considerable time at the Spirit Hall, honing her strength and combat skills to a level far surpassing Xiao Gui. While her power matched that of the tall man beside her, it was evident her capabilities were far superior. Isn't that Xiao Gui?" A cool breeze swept through moments later, and Xiao Yan's figure appeared in the dim passageway. Guided by the master of ferocious souls and armed with his formidable soul power, Xiao Yan had easily discovered the hidden treasures here. "Even back at the Tianming Villa, I never saw him looking like this." "Interesting," Xiao Yan remarked with a faint smile before silently following them. At that moment, the towering figure of Xiao Gui proved useful, as his height allowed him to shield Luo Menglan from much of the piercing cold. The gesture warmed Luo Menglan's heart, making it evident that this was his first time being so close to someone his age. Her heartbeat involuntarily quickened. Drip, drip. A short while later, Xiao Gui and Luo Menglan cautiously followed the flowing creek, with Xiao Yan trailing them vigilantly, ready to intervene should trouble arise. "This creek?" Xiao Gui stopped abruptly, his gaze fixed on the crystal-clear stream before them. In this dark passageway, the creek was the only feature at the center. Despite the pervasive chill radiating from the surrounding walls, luminous stones embedded within them illuminated the passage, allowing the creek's entirety to be clearly visible. "What's going on?" Although Luo Menglan held a distinguished status, she was still a sheltered noblewoman unfamiliar with many practical matters. Unable to hold back her curiosity, she questioned Xiao Gui. "This creek, something's wrong." Xiao Gui's eyes were fixed intently on the stream. As he spoke, an overwhelmingly chilling white mist began to rise from the water.